So good morning or good night, depending on where you are in the world. And welcome to another video of the Shield Dude on a Couch. I'm your host, Hector. And tonight I'm again joined by Senorita Sabrosura and JC Rock and Metal Reviews. And we're going back to 1998 because this album just turned 25 this Friday, August the 25th. Yes, I'm like this Friday, August the 25th. This album, Rob Zombie-Hellbilly Deluxe, is 25 years old. So, first of all, guys, how are you today?
Okay, thanks.
Everything good here.
Good, good. So, I know Senorita's excited about this one because this one is very hot topicy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna do obviously the same thing we do for this anniversary album reviews. We'll talk the first impressions when we listen to this album, some backstory from the album, and then we'll pick favorite tracks, and then at the end we'll say if it has held up or our final conclusion. So for this one, I think we can start with Senorita Sabrosura because this is very right up her alley. So Senorita Sabrosura, what were your first impression listening to Hellbilly Deluxe?
Well, I listened to the album when it came out in 1998. I think I was in high school, in the middle of high school, but I also listened to this album at early 2000s when I started working at Hot Topic. Like you say, it's a very Hot Topic album. We put it a lot because it's more friendly. And then when the parents came, they didn't mind listening to Rob Zombie as much as listening to Slayer or Cannibal Corpse. Like it's rock, it's metal, it's industrial, but it sounded friendly and we enjoy it a lot. Like we play it a lot. Like if you visited us at Hot Topic, like we play it a lot.
Did
I
it
think
ever happen that the parents were like, "Oh, we like it; it sounds cool." Then you showed them this album artwork,
yeah,
and
yeah, it actually happened a couple of times. Like, oh, okay, yeah, this is the album you like.
they're like,
But for me it's like a very fun, enjoyable album. Um, it's a little campy sometimes, but with the but it's fun. It's like it should be like all the references with the B movies and everything.
"Yeah," because Rob Zombie loves the horror movies. Like,
Yep.
it's right in there. So yeah, so those were obviously you listened to it in high school, and obviously in Hot Topic you played the shit out of that album.
Yep.
So it's ingrained in your DNA almost.
Yeah, and I also think Rob Zombie is a very sexy man. So
That you think that what?
that Rob Zombie is a very sexy man.
Well, I've always had this theory that if you take Rob Zombie and you clean his hair, you take away something, he might look like Brad fucking Pitt. Yeah, you never
Well,
know.
I'm not. I don't think like Brad Pitt, but
No,
yeah,
but
I seen him without the makeup and all the
oh yeah,
stuff there, and he's
like
sexy.
yeah, he's not Marilyn Manson, who I think is ugly as fuck.
Creepy, ugly as fuck.
Yeah. So yeah, we're getting I was gonna
Off
say we're
topic.
getting hot. I was gonna say we're getting hot topic. We're getting
Off
off,
topic.
off we're getting off topic. So yeah,
So
those were your your first impressions listening to it. So what about you, JC?
Yeah, I remember when it came out. Back then, I was working this sales job, and I was spending a lot of time in the car, and I was listening to alternative radio, and they played Dracula like over and over, and that's what I remember. I didn't actually buy this album when it came out. Later, I bought. He had an album called Past, Present, and Future, which was like a
Oh
greatest
yeah,
hits. Yeah, that's a really good one because came with a DVD with all the music videos, and his music videos were really cool. I really like the one for the Living Dead Girl. It's kind of like this like old like 1930s like horror movie. So he makes movies too, so his music videos were very good. So I like the album. I thought it was more of an album where like the singles are probably the best songs, but in general, it's a good album. I don't think it's like his number one. I might put something else ahead of it, but I think it's a decent album. So I yeah, that's my first impression. I was mostly listening to the singles when it came out. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, when this came out, I actually remember buying the CD. I had a girlfriend that wasn't actually into rock, but oh my, she would say yes to anything. I'm like, do you want me to put this on the car? Yes, Hector, please. So yes, she like it was cool because she didn't care. Just as long as after we played this, we had to listen to Backstreet Boys. So that's why when I think back of 1998, it was the year of new metal for me with with uh with the music with pop music. Those were the music that I was listening to because it was like I put a CD, then she puts a CD. So it was like, it was a happy medium. And yeah, I remember when this came out because I was actually a fan of White Zombie. And when I heard that he was doing a solo album, and I think I heard Dragula, and I thought, yeah, it's fun because I think White Zombie was a little bit more sinister. And on this one, it's a little bit like Senorita said, it's lighter and more campy fun. Like he wanted to
Yeah.
portray in this album his love for B horror movies. This is the back. I'm gonna show the inside of this. It has, here's Rob in his throne, and you have all the devils and stuff, and it's very like those old movie posters, like horror movies. So yeah, I remember listening to that one and the singles, but there's also some deep cuts on the album that are pretty good. And to this day, it's still my favorite solo Rob Zombie album. Uh, the other two are White Zombies, like Las Exorcisto, Devil Music Volume 1, and Astro Creep 2000. I love those albums. And uh, I have my Ozfest 2005 shirt. I got to see Rob Zombie play on that show. He was headliner of the smaller stage. And oh my, his charisma on stage was so cool. I just think that he's fucking cool. Like when I think of
Yeah.
Rob Zombie, I think like he's a cool dude. His wife is smoking hot. Like, and they make like a great, they're like the couple that you aspire to be. Like they work together. You can see that they're like so in sync. And Rob Zombie, like he's got this image, but he's never been in any tabloid controversy of any kind.
Yeah.
Like you never heard Rob Zombie doing like, yeah, it's all like he's basically a lover of horror movies and stuff, but
Yeah.
he's not a guy that gets in trouble like AKA Manson. And I
Yeah.
think that he's a great performer live. So when I saw him in 2005, I was very like blown away how he played a lot of White Zombie. He played obviously a lot of this album, and the people went wild. And just an amazing show. So yeah, I bought this and I listened to this a lot when it came out. And when I visited Hot Topic, yes, I heard it too.
Yeah,
But
like you said, you were a fan of White Zombie, and it's not like a big departure of White Zombie music.
yeah,
It just
yeah,
have like other elements, but it sounds a little bit like White Zombie.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, he was kind of White Zombie if you think about it.
They just different musicians. Like he was the
Yeah,
only one that, but he changed bandmates. And I read that because he wanted to like they were like happy, and he see these other bands like having a good fun. and like a deep connection, and he wanted that, so that's why he disbanded White Zombie and formed this new band.
Plus, yeah, also he used to date the bassist for White Zombie.
Yes, also.
Yeah, so yeah, I don't think, yeah, yeah, not everyone can be No Doubt.
Yep.
So yeah, so yeah, this was a long first round. So now we're gonna discuss favorite tracks. So, Senorita, what are your favorite tracks from this album?
Well, you were talking about deep cups. Obviously, I like the singles. Like, I like Super Beast, Dracula, Living Dead Girl. But if speaking of deep cuts, I like well, I don't know if it was a deep cut or not, but it wasn't a single. Return of the Phantom Stranger.
I don't think that was a single.
Um, I really like that song, and it's because by the late 90s, I was very much into industrial metal, bands like Nine Inch Nails, Marilyn Manson, and in this song particularly, Zombie's vocal sound a lot like Manson. Uh, like, and the song starts like very creepy. Reminds me of horror movies or the beginning of Tales from the Crypt. Uh, it has
I
like
love
an
Tales
eerie.
from the Crypt.
It has like an eerie keyboard, and the combination with the voices and the chorus. I love it, but I like it because I discovered first Manson and then this band, and it sounds a lot like Manson. And I
Yeah,
also
and
like how he says like Phantom Stranger.
yeah, so it's a cool track. Yeah,
Yes. So I also I love like how the album starts with, the opener, Call of the Zombie with the little girl. It sounds like very creepy.
and out of the silence, the zombie call to sing and suffering for all, afraid that the devil would chop off their heads. Yes, yes, I'm
You're a
sure
big
you
fan.
put that. Did you put that for the parents at Hot Topic? Or like, let's listen to this album. You put the beginning. Maybe if they didn't speak English, they're like, oh yeah, look at the little girl saying, yeah, she's saying that it's gonna chop off your fucking head.
Yeah. Um. But and I love how it starts like that and then change uh to this super headbanger, Super Beast.
Yeah, I think that song Super Beast was actually included in a video game, and it took like a life
Yeah.
of its own later. It
And
was
Gran Turismo.
no, and it was also there was there was this metal game, and Jack Black voiced the game. It was called uh oh my god, I can't remember the name of the video. I think Brutal Legend is the name of the
Oh,
game. It's a game that you're literally this dude that loves metal, and he goes into a world where like he's fighting against metal stuff, and like there's metal soundtrack the whole game. I don't think the game was such a hit, but it was really cool, and it featured music by Rob Zombie, Cradle of Filth, different things. Brutal Legend and Super Beast was used in that video game.
nice. And then other song I like is oh, I forgot the name. Um, besides the singles, Spook Show Baby.
Ah, yeah, that's a good one. That
Yeah,
starts side B on
yeah.
this.
I like it's like it has like a more industrial vibe. And I love how he plays with his voice here too, and it has like a very catchy chorus.
So you basically like the whole fucking album.
Yeah, basically. Well, but I wanted to say other ones before, besides the singles, because we
Yeah,
know
of
we love
course.
the singles.
Yeah. So what about you, JC?
Okay. Well, the same thing. Definitely the three main singles are great songs, but I'll pick some different ones. I like track number 12, Return of the Phantom Stranger. It's just one of those really catchy songs. It's just it's just a very fun. It's just like one of those that you can kind of sing along to it. And I really like the beat and I like the industrial sound that he does in that. So that's a good one. And there's another one that's like a dark song called "The Ballad of Resurrection Joe and Rosa Hoare." I think this one is based
It's a
on
lovely ballad.
yeah. It's not really a ballad though. So it's like
I know I'm
it's just
joking.
yeah, no, but it's a pretty cool song. I think it's based on an old horror movie. I gotta look it up. I forgot. Um, but it's a great song because they just tell these stories about these like two people and they're at this hotel and they're doing all these things and where it's about like killing people and stuff like that. So it's a really cool little song and tells like a whole story. And then another one I like. Let me find it. It's I think this one here, Demonoid Phenomenon.
That's a good one.
Yeah, pretty cool. It's just one of those songs. Just like it's like a heavy song, just like has a really great beat, and has that chorus. Like get it out, get it on, Demonoid Phenomenon, something like that. So it's a pretty. That's a pretty cool song, but those are my three like deep cuts. But I would say my favorites would be like my favorite song of all time would be "Living Dead Girl." That's like my favorite Rob Zombie song because it's just that I think like the music video really makes it with that. It just looks like that old like almost like 1920s kind of horror movie, and it's actually based on I think it's called The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari or something like that. It's an old horror movie where like he's like this sideshow and has this like zombie girl who he shows in like this like carnival show. So that's actually my favorite would be Living Dead Girl. But
Yeah. Where's the Green
and
Man
that's
when
it.
you need him? So we can call him. He'll probably know all these horror movies.
It's kind of fun. I'm reading the lyrics and that song called "The Ballad of Resurrection Joe and Rosa Hoare." The line starts. It says, "Insane blue at the Green Man Inn. Cut the lights and pray that you're dead." So the Green Man is mentioned in the song.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They knew. So I would take that song, "The Ballad of Resurrection," Joe and Rosa Hoare, and I think if there's a wedding somewhere, that should be like the song that they should dance when like,
Yeah.
like yes, let's dance this song. So yeah, those are some great picks, JC. So I guess that leaves me. So I'll pick some deep cuts and I'll pick the one single that I love the most. So no, none of you. I'm surprised no one has mentioned "Meet the Creeper." I love that song, like "Meet the Creeper." That's like classic Rob Zombie right there.
Yeah.
And it has that white zombie sound as well. I also love Demonoid Phenomenon because it's like a faster song, like JC said. And out of the singles, my favorite still is Dracula. I just think it's so
Yeah.
fun, and I like the music video where they're in the car like this. He's in the car with
Yeah.
the two devils, and it's just fun because it reminds me of. I think it had to do with the monsters, the TV series,
Yeah, it
right?
was based on the car. Grandpa
Mhm.
Munster had
Yeah,
a car called Dracula. That's what it's based on. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, and I've Living Dead Girl. Yeah, I love the music video. Plus, it has his wife Sherry Moon in it, and they just work so well together that it's just so cool. And yeah, those are the songs that I would obviously I like all the singles, but yeah, I like those deep cuts as well. So now we're going to the final round where we say like 25 years later how this has held up. So what are your thoughts on this, Senorita?
This album, I think it's great and it's fun to revisit. And maybe some songs sound like a little dated, but I don't mind. Like I enjoy it. Um, yeah, and also I revisit this album a lot by Halloween because a lot of these songs are on my Halloween playlist. Like I have a Halloween playlist mixed with different artists, and I have like 3 or 4 songs of this album.
Yeah, which one do you have for your Halloween playlist?
Dracula, the and Super Beast, the singles,
Nice.
and I think the Return of the Phantom Stranger. Like I will put the whole album in my Halloween playlist.
Yeah, I always play this album at Halloween as well. I think it's very Halloweeny.
Yeah.
Anything having to do with Rob Zombie.
Yeah,
Uh,
actually, Dracula, we played it a lot. We did a Halloween playlist topic, and Dracula was the first song on the playlist.
oh yeah, like if you, I know that a lot of people haven't seen, like, but if you, like Senorita Sabrosura, because I follow her, we've been friends for years. She loves Halloween. She had so
Yeah.
many Halloween costumes. Like it was, if you put a poll, but back when she lived in Puerto Rico, did she have more Halloween costumes or more bikinis? Like, like it's debatable. We didn't know if she had more costumes for Halloween or it was a tie. But yeah,
I think it was a tie.
yeah.
Mm.
But yeah. So what about you, JC? How has it held up 25 years later?
Yeah, I think it definitely holds up pretty well. It's just the singles are just like super catchy and yeah, they're ones that I do go back to. Yeah, it's a good Halloween album. Definitely, it's like perfect for that type of year. I think this would be like one of my favorite Rob Zombie. I think I might like if I had like ranked them. I did rank them a while ago, but I like actually like the Sinister Urge. That's
That
a
was a
really
good
good
one too. Yeah.
that's a good album. So I might like if I pick the two, I might like pick Sinister Urge over this one, but I mean they're close for like number one. It just it's a solid album. I mean, you know, like all the songs are good. These albums are good to listen to because they're also kind of short. Like
Yeah.
like most of his albums are like about like between like 35 and like 38 minutes. So these albums are just always good to put on. But I think it definitely does hold up 25 years later. Yeah.
Yeah. So that leaves me. Yeah. I think between this one and Sinister Urge are my favorites. I also used to like the album Educated Horses, but some of his later albums are just fucking atrocious. Like, like
Yeah.
there's the one that he's like everyone's like fucking in a UFO or something. He got too disco, and I think he lost the essence of like because these albums they're campy, but they're metal. The last ones he got like too much disco, too many things, and I think he lost track of what made him cooler. I think he's more
Yeah.
focused now also on doing movies
Yeah.
Yeah.
than the music. And I've seen some of his movies. I'm not a huge fan of his movies. Like for example, I think I've seen the Halloween one, and it's just too gory at times. I'm not like a huge fan of. I'm not the Green Man. I'm not a huge fan of horror. But yeah, I think this album has held up 25 years later. It's one of his most famous albums, and yeah, the singles are really catchy. I do also think like Senorita Sabrosura, maybe there's some songs that sound very dated to the time, but yeah, I don't mind. I also listen to this album when it's close to Halloween as well. So yeah, so we want to know from you people, what are your thoughts on Rob Zombie's Hellbilly Deluxe 25 years later? What are your favorite tracks? And if you like the videos that we're putting out, do not forget to give us a like and do not forget to subscribe. We have more collaboration videos on the way. So please subscribe to my friends' channels. You got JC, Rock and Metal Reviews. He's got great reviews and he's reviewing now from anywhere in the world with his plan. You don't know where he's gonna be. Like, where is JC reviewing from? You don't know. He may be in the moon, he may be in a desert, but he'll give you those facts anywhere. And Senorita Sabrosura, see, if you think about it, you're a shield to death on a couch because you're always on the couch too.
Yep.
So and she does a lot of like she has like a lot of short videos for rocking Spanish. Plus, she has some earrings and merch
Yeah.
that you can get as well.
Oh, I have a new line that I'm gonna be posted this week of a necklace for Halloween.
Oh yeah, Halloween's coming up, so everyone can get that. And where can they get it, Senorita?
Find me at Instagram at sabrosura.art.
There you go, people. Go there and buy some fucking art. Come on. Support it. And obviously, if you watch my videos and you like my content, subscribe. I'm nearing 1000K. And when I hit 1000K, I will do a video butt naked. No, I'm kidding. I won't. I won't. I will be fully dressed, but please subscribe to my channel and you'll find me here always on my fucking couch. So until next time, people, this is Hector, the shield on a couch, and we'll see you all right here on the couch. Thank you and good night.